told your friend you're not okay.
Hello everyone, welcome back to K-pop news. The end of the year is always full of hustle and bustle, unfinished goals, a flurry of celebrations, and healthy habits slowly fading from the routine. But amidst the bustle, Yunth presents something different, a warm conversation with Kim Taehyung, that feels like a break from the hustle and bustle. In this special episode, Yunth invites viewers to see a side of Taeyong rarely seen behind the scenes, not the megastar idol with a packed schedule, but someone who tries to keep his daily life simple, organized, and true to himself. The atmosphere of the interview is lighthearted, almost like listening to an old friend share a story while nestled on the couch on a quiet afternoon. Yunth opens the conversation with a message that will resonate with many. We don't have to be perfect. The important thing is that we keep moving, even if it's just a little. And without hesitation, Taeyong immediately responds to the idea in his signature style, calm, gentle, and unpretentious. He admits that maintaining health isn't about meeting a certain standard every day, but understanding when the body needs rest and when it's ready to work harder. When the question about his favorite food came up, one of the most anticipated parts of the show for fans, Taeyong didn't answer with the strictly healthy tone that celebrities often do. Instead, he smiled slightly and talked about the foods that bring him comfort. It's not just about the taste, but also about the memories attached to certain dishes. For him, warm food always brings a sense of home, especially in the cold, end-of-year weather. He explained that a person's tastes can change, depending on the weather, activities, and even emotional state. Amidst a busy schedule, enjoying the right foods is part of self-care. It doesn't have to be strictly avoiding certain things, just feeling balanced and knowing when to stop. Yunth then asked if Taeyong has any specific habits before choosing food. His answer was simple yet telling: he trusts his body's signals. If he feels tired, he chooses lighter foods. If he needs energy, he doesn't hesitate to reach for something more filling. And while it may sound simple, he emphasized the importance of drinking enough water, a habit often overlooked but one that significantly impacts skin health, energy, and mood. When the interview turned to daily routines, particularly sleep, Taeyong seemed more serious. He admitted that his sleep patterns are often disrupted by his schedule. But he always tries to recover from sleep deprivation when he has free time. According to him, sleep is the foundation of everything, physical, mental, and even creative. That's why he always tries to find time to rest in his busy schedule. The conversation then drifted into the world of self-care and appearance, a topic that is usually sensitive at the end of the year, as many people want to look their best for family events, work parties, and vacation photos. Taeyong didn't give answers like a beauty influencer. Instead, he emphasized that self-care is a form of self-respect. It's not just about a glowing face, but also about a peaceful state of mind. He shared his experience: when the body is tired, the skin usually gives the first sign. So he tries to balance activity with rest, not just for a good appearance, but to maintain inner peace. The interview atmosphere became more lively because the format was relaxed. Instead of a long list of questions, Yunth flowed like a casual dialogue. This led Taeyong to open up more, sharing little things he rarely reveals. Fans felt as if they were sitting in the same room, listening to their idol's endless conversations. When asked about the easiest healthy habit to adopt during the holidays, Taeyong replied, "Move your body, just a little bit is enough." For him, simply taking a slow walk in the morning or doing some light stretching can go a long way in maintaining energy and mood. He emphasized that the goal isn't to burn calories, but to keep the body alive. Yunth also brought up the topic of a healthy mindset when delicious food is plentiful in homes at the end of the year. Taeyong responded understandingly, "Just enjoy it. If you eat a lot today, just go back to your normal rhythm tomorrow. No need for drama. No need to blame yourself. The important thing is to stay aware and regain balance." He also touched on mood, how emotions affect eating patterns and energy. To maintain his mood, Taeyong chooses activities that relax him, listening to music, playing with animals, or simply spending time with small things he enjoys. But the emotional peak of the interview came when Taeyong spoke about his fans. His voice softened as he expressed his gratitude. Year after year, his fans' loyalty has always been a source of encouragement for him. He realized that the journey he's taken to this point wouldn't have been possible without their support. Before the interview ended, Yunth expressed his hope that everyone would get through the end of the year with a lighter heart. Taeyong closed with a message that touched many: take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and cherish the time with those you love. Following this interview, fans' attention grew even more when Taeyong unexpectedly held a Weverse live. The live felt like a perfect continuation of the tender messages he shared in the interview. He appeared with a relaxed expression, as if greeting old friends. Many fans arranged a special time to attend, as Taeyong rarely does long live broadcasts. In the broadcast, he again encouraged fans to enjoy the end of the year with a light heart. The most talked about moment was Taeyong's Christmas greeting, simple yet sincere words that made many feel accompanied on a lonely night. His message felt personal, as if he were speaking directly to each viewer individually. Social media was soon filled with clips from the interview and Weverse Live. Fans highlighted the little things, the importance of sleep, maintaining a simple routine, and enjoying food without guilt. Meanwhile, many called Taeyong's Christmas greeting a healing moment that helped them feel less alone. Combined, Yunta's interview and Weverse Live created a powerful end-of-year narrative, about taking self-care slowly, about welcoming new days without stress, and about staying connected despite distance. After Yunta's series of interviews and the warm moment of Weverse Live, the atmosphere in the fan community felt different, slower, more reflective, but still full of energy. Many armies described the end of the year as a period that felt more human, thanks to Taeyong's presence. It was as if he was not only sharing a personal story but also teaching millions of people often exhausted by routines how to breathe more slowly. Interestingly, some psychologists and health commentators have even begun discussing the positive effects of Taeyong's words. They noted that when a public figure with global influence delivers a message about non-toxic self-care, the impact can be profound. Taeyong doesn't set health standards as something that must be perfect every day, but rather something that can be gradually cultivated. That simplicity is actually a strength. Shortly afterward, stories emerged from staff who had worked with Taeyong on several photo shoots. They shared how Taeyong always maintained a relaxed atmosphere on set, even when the schedule was busy. He always greeted everyone gently, ensuring no one felt rushed or stressed. For many fans, testimonials like these further reinforced the consistency they had seen in previous interviews and live streams. And as if to add a new layer to his annual narrative, Taeyong briefly discussed the value of small moments at the end of the year. He said that what he was looking forward to wasn't a big gift or a grand celebration, but an opportunity to reflect on what he had done, what he was grateful for, and what he wanted to continue in the coming year. Those words, though simple, seemed to be a sweet ending and the beginning of a new chapter. That night, hashtags related to Taeyong rose to the top of the trends once again. Many armies wrote that Taeyong's messages felt like a friend during a time when many people felt tired, lost, or just needed someone to say, "It's okay. You tried." And this is where the message deepens, because what Taeyong was conveying wasn't just health tips or little routines. He was talking about treating yourself more gently. About giving yourself space, giving yourself time, and appreciating the process. When fans pieced together all the pieces from Yunta's interview, Weverse Live, and his latest posts, the bigger picture he was creating became clear. The end of the year isn't about chasing the last milestone, but about re-embracing the things we've neglected.